David, I've built a model of Captain Torres and 3 strikes, based on your hypothesis and mission parameters.
From the past, I ran a precision combat simulation. But it failed.
Bummer. Why didn't it work?
Reasons in sensuous order are: 1. Your hypothesis is trash. 2. The parameters you gave me are trash.
Did I do something to tick you off?
3. Captain Torres is a singularity.
So the values diverge. But what about this one? 4. 3 strikes is a singularity.
That's outside the confidence interval. The possibility that it's 1, 2, or 3 is 99%.
What?
Significance is high.
Try this. This is 3 strikes data before he's assigned to the LRSSG.
The Erusian military is gathering its remaining naval forces at Anchorhead Bay. Apparently, they're even bringing in ships from the Mothball fleet. This is probably to reinforce their naval power in preparation for the showdown in Farbanti. We've received intel that the Alicorn will also be joining them.
From which source, Brigadier General? There's a possibility the Alicorn's former crew have been tasked with sabotage.
Your job is to analyze the enemy's weaponry. From now on, speak only when authorized. I don't hear a response.
May I be authorized to speak first, sir?
When we're done, I'll be talking to your superiors. Here's your mission. LRSSG is to raid Anchorhead, carry out airstrikes on Anchor Bay to the north and Dockyuk Bay to the south, inflicting all possible damage. If we can strip the port of its naval functions, we can also prevent the submarine from joining forces.
The area around Anchorhead is Erusian territory. To delay hostile detection, you will sortie in small numbers and make your way in at super low altitudes.
Small sorting. Who's going?
Count, Lanza, Hujan, and Trigger. 4 aircraft from Strider Squadron will be deployed.
Well, all right, I got this.
To cover our lack of numbers, we're giving you plenty of opportunities to resupply. Look here, we've set up multiple return lines. Make full use of them to resupply and change armaments. Also note that the enemy will not be able to mount a defense immediately after detecting it. Use this window to destroy high-threat targets. That should make things much easier for you.
It should also raise the survival rate.
Survival rate, huh?
The element of surprise and resupplying are the key. Beyond that, I just need a couple of pilots who will stick to my orders. We don't need an ace to succeed. Got anything to say? Good.
Brigadier General.
That is all.
David, go on.
Let me share the career of Mateus Torres, captain of the submarine Alicorn. Does anyone know how his people hailed him?
A bit unfair to provide us with next to no hints, don't you think?
Fair enough. The hero of Cumberth Harbor is the answer. He was a captain of the battleship Tanager at the time of the Continental War. It led Aegir Fleet, the Invincible Armada. But when the fleet was destroyed at Cumberth Harbor, so was his ship.
Yet, he's the hero?
He was able to bring most of his crew home with accurate damage control and precise evacuation orders. Then there's the accident with the Alicorn. Many believe that if they stay with him, they'll live. Transfer from surface to underwater is unusual. However, considering his skill and reputation, along with the fact that the Alicorn is no ordinary submarine, it all makes sense.
It'll be a difficult mission to carry out with 4 aircraft. Still, I'd like to add one more to the mission conditions.
What, you want to make it even harder?
I want 100% survival rate for the sortie. Any other number and the mission will be considered a failure.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP. almost touched the water.
Altitude restriction lifted. Begin up.
The food at this party's served buffet style. Pick whatever dish you like before the host mounts a resistance.
Luco, I'll eat their hearts out. Sorry, Trigger, but the juicy targets are all mine.
Emergency! 4 bogeys! ETA 2 minutes!
They're already here.
Get back to your station, now!
It's launched.
Whoa, it's a ruckus down there.
Nice, Trigger. There's no enemy movement yet.
Gobble up all the high-value targets. Forget about your manners.
Alright, where's my artisanal burgers? Had to stay behind last time. This is gonna be a walk in the park. It's a good warm-up to get back in the game.
Brigadier General Clemens, about 3 strikes. Sure we'll get a positive result this time?
Yes, Lieutenant General Shepard. Operation Dominoes is going as planned.
Been destroyed. Resistance from enemy air defense is confirmed. Keep on dining. Just don't pay for it.
Righto!
Begin firing Sam! Fools! They think they've already won. Now's our chance. Now time for a counterstrike. Takiak base taking damage from airstrikes.
They're still the online ships are a pain.
Get the radar
If only we had anti-ship missiles by the truckload.
Missile hit.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
General quarters! General quarters!
Fox 2. Strider 1, locked on target.
Contact lost with multiple friendlies!
Destroyed.
All vehicles retreat to hold position! They're hitting us! We aren't hitting them at all! Aim more carefully! Why don't we have our fighters up there? Not a drill, I repeat, not a drill!
How many are there? Like 1,000 enemies against the 4 of us?
We probably need to multiply that by 10.
That's fine by me.
Missile launched.
Getting shot from all directions.
Half of our surface ships have either been sunk or neutralized! Losing the fleet is not an option. We can't give the Bronx and the rest of the conservatives any footing. That's a lot of ships lost. They're gonna make a fortune once the war's over.
Missile launched.
Buy stock in salvage companies while you can.
Trigger, get on the return line if you need to. There's no need to wait until you've emptied your weapons bag.
Our ships are operational. Other operations are underway. This is definitely the work of 3 strikes. They checked my report if it worked.
If we can get him here, we'll be able to save a lot of boys in Farbanti.
Okay. Strider 1, locked on target. Strider 1, missile away. Maintain course if you want to go back to resupply.
The port's packed to the brim.
Take out the ones huddled together.
Lieutenant General Shepard, we have a status report. 50% of the enemy forces have been neutralized.
I'm actually getting
Mostly the work of 3 strikes. You suggested an operation that doesn't rely on our ace pilots. You won't have many on board unless you can convince them that we don't need 3 strikes. Yes, sir.
Don't let your guard down, guys. 100% survival rate. Let's go.
Yeah, we're all going through together.
All rotorcraft in the area appear to have been eliminated.
Helicopters are on target.
Can't see your white flag.
Not failing yet.
Strider 1, missile launched. Fox 2.
Locked on bandit. That bandit is still on your back.
In gun range.
Low altitude approaches from onshore are difficult.
Can't let Trigger hog the spotlight.
Strider 1, missile away.
Cavalry platoon, take a roundabout toward the Joint Government Office from the waterfront. This is Tucker 04, requesting airstrike on the helicopter carrying our target.
Target is down.
Target is Vice Chief of Naval Ops, Rear Admiral Samuel Bryn, sending coordinates.
Another attack run.
All aircraft, we've data linked the intel we received from our recon team. If you have a visual on the target, shoot it down. Target acquired.
Vehicle 2 and 5, follow me. We're the ones who take the kill. Target confirmed down. Samuel Bryn gone. Naruja's naval strategy stratagem will lose its edge.
Moving ships.
You want a piece of me? You got it. Enemy fleet up ahead.
With this size fleet, we're headed to Farbanti. Osea would have a tough fight.
Well, looks like it's gonna be the three of us. Ready, count to trigger?
You betcha. Not a single ship's gonna leave the port.
Hey, some of Unonia! The order is to abandon ship! This is Shepard. Seems 3 Strikes is showing a stellar performance. Osea has much need of him. That is the unanimous conclusion of those in this room, Brigadier General. Certainly not the result I predicted.
I'm sorry, sir.
Strider 1, missile away.
This thing only fires at 20 RPM! How are we supposed to hit them? Just shoot! How many ships in port are still operational? Kids was test damage, but likely less than half.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Ludicrous! They'll fill the port with scrap metal at this rate.
Don't you sneak up. Came in for a picnic, found ourselves in a marathon. I thought you said this was gonna be a walk in the park?
You can take walks to, well, walk. But a picnic, you have to eat.
You don't have to tell me which you prefer.
Target acquired. Missile away.
How's that feel as it's hit?
Target hit. All hostile ships in the vicinity have been destroyed.
Awesome. Keep it up, Trigger.
Confirming additional hostile ground forces.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check. Too fast. Lower airspeed. Lower your nose. You're too high. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Confirming additional hostile ground forces.
Firing into regret not firing. More vehicles crippled and 1 damaged in Eatable Platoon. They're white. Let's go help the survivors.
4 MiG-31s approaching. They're fast. These guys are interceptors. Bearing 310, altitude 2000.
This is Rhodey. Nighttime until our rear catches up. Stay back. You're not equipped for air to air.
Keep your head down.
I still got machine guns. Engaging.
Enemy's got a lock.
Don't bite the dust just yet. Defending Farbanti is our job.
Target acquired.
Locked on. This one's a goner.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Control, returning to base. I heard about you. You always have aircraft problems. 2 strikes is loud. No joke. I lost control.
Bandits coming from the northwest. They're in large numbers. 8 Su-37s.
Fighters exceeding super low altitudes from bearing 015. Have a report that 3 Strikes is among them. We have no further intel. Sorry, we couldn't protect the port.
Roger that. Leave the rest to us. Alpha Squadron, EL Squadron, clear to engage. Rudy bought us time. Don't waste it. This is Tucker 04 requesting airstrike. Sending coordinates. Target confirmed down. Comanche just killed Captain
It's not over yet. Go grab some desserts.
I knew you'd say that.
Hostile ships approaching from the southeast. It's a large fleet with Aegis vessel Metis and battleship Dysnomia numbering among them.
After all that?
Let's do this.
Reach the CIC. Multiple smoke plumes from the port.
It wasn't for bad weather. We would have been caught there.
Prepare for anti-air combat. Arthur drone has reached the target.
Captain, we're starting the guided artillery fire drill.
Command to the officer. What do you think will turn a drill into a real war? You don't see it, do you?
It's imagination.
So use your imagination, my fellow submariners. A single shell will save 10 million lives.
Begin drill. Ready for anti-air combat. Anti-air combat.
4 aircraft destroyed the entire force? That'd be hallucinating.
It's not a hallucination. It's a nightmare.
Strider 1, Fox 2. In gun range.
Locked on Bandit.
Bandit down.
I see 3 strikes, so that's why they only sent 4.
5 minutes remaining.
I'm gonna close in on 3 strikes. 4-2, stay with me. Roger that. We'll show 'em.
Strider 1, target acquired. Target designated by Tucker 04 exited the combat zone.
3 strikes is performing well above our expectations.
Oh, you sound downright ecstatic.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your... Strider 1, this is Control Tower.
Oh, you sound downright ecstatic. All right, Trigger, let's go get him.
Additional UAVs on radar.
Pretty shabby for a reinforcement.
Stay sharp. There's something amiss.
Punch 2! Locked on!
Strider 1, locked on target. Strider 1, missile away.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Warning, incoming high-speed projectile.
Projectile?
It's the terminal guidance. Get away from that UAV.
What do you mean?
Contact imminent.
Salvation!
Impact the UAV's coordinates.
Shit, I'm hit.
What? What happened?
More on the way.
What in the world?
You all right?
Fire incoming. Distance 50,000. It's adjusting its course.
Trigger, get away from it.
Distance 30,000. Contact imminent.
Trigger, hanging in there?
Excellent! Salvation! The death of a million is a necessity.
Analysis shows the projectile was a railgun shell. We're currently determining the launch site.
They're shooting from beyond the horizon. That's why they need the UAV for terminal guidance.
We'll data link the predicted explosion radius from now on.
Damn it. You're telling me to leave my teammates behind?
Illusion, head back. I want that 100% survival rating.
Roger that. I'm pulling out.
We got the rest covered.
I'm counting on you.
Tucker 04 to Lancaster. We need you to attack the designated heli.
Missile away. All hostile ships in the vicinity have been destroyed. Taking on this much naval power is an astonishing feat. Strider 1, bandit splashed.
3 strikes are unarmed. If it's my time, everyone in the hands of 3 strikes.
Strider 1, bandit destroyed.
Target confirmed down. With Captain Alonso Terrico gone, Aegis vessel Thalassa won't be much of a threat.
Detecting shell in flight. 10 seconds to contact.
All right. We wiped out most of their forces in the urban area.
I still see some ships moving. Trigger, let's go for those.
There's no need to go through the whole menu. Focus on the juicier targets.
Roger that. Here we go, Trigger.
Strider 1, missile away.
Damn cowards, shooting us from beyond our range.
Bandit down.
Mark that aircraft and warn all squadrons via data link.
Strider 1, target acquired. Missile away.
Hostile has a lock.
Target shot down.
I appreciate that.
Missile hit.
Behind the enemy. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Projectile detected. 10 seconds to contact. Impact, now! Missile away. Radar contacts. Additional hostile aircraft detected. Strider 1, locked on target. Bandit on your 6.
Patrick, this is Coordinate. Package eggs are ready and waiting. Down 2.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Three strikes. He lacks the drive. Imagine we're just about to be killed. Why am I going to be killed, you ask? Because they wanted to steal from you, to torment you, to burn you, to cut you apart. It was for your sins, your actions, and your vengeance. There must be a reason. 3 strikes has you none of that. I do. Do you see, Command Duty Officer? You don't, do you?
Enemy shell detected. 10 seconds to contact.
Wake up!
A recent senior military officer has fled the combat zone. Projectile exploded in the distance. Must be a failsafe.
Bingo. Looks like we found a solution.
All right, all aircraft, follow Trigger's example if you can.
Hell, that's easy for you to say.
Well done. We've managed to hit the Erusian Navy's fleet and command structure pretty hard.
That was definitely a free lunch if there ever was one.
Mission complete. Return to base. Withdraw from the operation airspace. You completed the mission, but it's not done until you return home.
Arrogant bastard.
Stand by. Warning, 2 bogies inbound. Bearing 090, Su-47s.
Lanza! Missile! Behind you! Lanza!
Strider 3 is hit.
Good. Now we have less goons to deal with. Do it, Scream. That's those damn bats.
Engage to let Strider 3 escape. We're calling off the withdrawal.
Both of you, watch out for the missiles. The missile alert didn't go off in time. It hit me as soon as I heard it.
It may be that the enemy's missiles have stealth capabilities. Their missiles may hit you immediately after your missile alert goes off.
So that's the trick. Calling out to unidentified aircraft. Cease combat immediately and withdraw. Done.
Brigadier General Clemens is radioing enemy aircraft on OCN channels.
Too late. Trigger's already started. I repeat, withdraw. Don't let anyone think you'll be screwed up. 3 strikes is going down. They're responding. You goddamn idiot.
I'm an idiot again. I'll kill you.
We can go to hell together. Brother and sister? Enemy has a lock. Evade! Good, you're on their 6. It's 2 on 2, Trigger. We can't lose.
Sorry? You don't count. 2 on 1.
You call it a wuss. Damn it.
The bats seem to have enhanced their ECM capabilities.
I know. You did it, Trigger!
You idiots! Stay focused! Take down 3 strikes. I told you not to go, you idiot!
Only 1 left. Run them down together. The death blow will be from you, Trigger.
There may only be 1 left, but don't let your guard down.
Let's finish this once and for all, Trigger. Keep firing.
I can't do this alone! You're not smart! You know that?
No need to feel sorry about it, Trigger.
No! I can't do anything! Not on my own! No!
Don't let the enemy's emotions make you lose your cool.
I don't pity him. Not one bit.
I don't want to laugh!
Girl's gone from crazy to bonkers.
That's a hit. We got the bat.
Take that, asshole.
Unidentified aircraft, eject. Eject now! The Bat's blip has disappeared from our radar. At that altitude, it likely has crashed.
Caution.
Serves them right.
Caution.
Yes. The problem has been eliminated. Pitch angle at +2 degrees.
Meet us at the drop-off point. 3 Strikes has removed all Strangler illusion forces. And did recruit good sideshow.
I have no doubt that the plan to save 10 million lives will lead Erusia to true victory.
Stop thinking so small. It's salvation on a far grander scale.
Fusion, no, stop it! Hey, chill.
Fusion, stand down! Sit!
Shit, my cola.
The fleet at Anchorhead was eliminated, and we prevented the submarine from joining forces. The unidentified aircraft were shot down too. The mission was a complete success.
Complete success, my ass.
Brigadier General, it sure seemed to me like the Bats knew you pretty damn well.
You seem to be confused. Report in for a medical check. We'll decide if you're still fit for service based on the examinations.
Cut it!
That's enough! Get the MP!
He's right. Get the MP.
Vice Chairman Edwards of the Joint Chiefs of Staff?
The Alicorn slipped into Anchorhead Bay after the mission was completed, using the confusion for cover. It resupplied quickly and escaped unharmed. Their goal was not to join forces. It was to resupply using the window we created by chasing away the Erusian forces. We did their bidding, albeit unknowingly. But the problem runs deeper than our lack of tactical acumen. Analyst North, explain for us.
The crew caught in the submarine accident, 330 men made it back alive. Of them, 300 are still in the sub today. Our intel has led us to believe that some or all of the 30 men who left the sub are now working as agents for the Alicorn. Sabotage, espionage, cyber propaganda, dissemination of false intel. Brigadier General, do you recognize the name Edgar Saxon, or Zool, as he used to go by? He is a former member of the Alicorn's crew, and your source of intel.
You are a fool, Brigadier General Clemens. Not only that, the radio communications during the mission suggest you are a traitor.
Sir, if you check with Lieutenant General Shepard, you'll understand that this is all just a misunderstanding.
The Lieutenant General claims you were responsible for handling all aspects of the mission. Now, let me say that again. Get the MP.
No need for that. Piece of shit.
We've acquired important intel from the mission. For example, the shells from long-range anti-air fire came in on depressed trajectories. Look, the estimated energy output of the railgun is 500 megajoules at least. Fired at minimum energy trajectory, range is over 3,000. They hit a powerful rail cannon aside from their main guns.
It's almost like Stonehenge.
A mobile Stonehenge.
And also, this. The Alicorn was in harbor at Anchorhead for approximately 10 minutes. They couldn't have loaded SLBMs. They loaded something smaller.
Smaller?
What is smaller and yet a powerful weapon?
Tactical nukes.
Close. The answer is tactical nuclear shells.
Nuclear shells?
No way.
Hey, he got that question right.
Nah, I missed the shell part.
Quiet.
They'll likely attack our bases on the East Coast.
Their target's ORED, the Ocean capital.
They want a nuclear war?
Here's a question. What's a situation where nuclear deterrence doesn't work?
Quiz guy, I've had enough of this.
Oh, only if terrorists have the nukes.
Correct.
Damn, Scald.
Hey, I'm good at trivia games.
But we're after an Erusian submarine, not terrorists.
No, he's right. HQ tells me Erusia's justification is that the Alicorn mutinied. As such, The Erusian military cannot be held responsible for the submarine's actions.
Damn.
So they intend on dropping a nuke on the Ocean capital of Olred.
Here's a question for you, analyst. Just exactly who are we fighting?
Correct term is terrorist, or irregular military, but I have a different name for them. An enemy to be stopped at all costs.
Correct.